Ileane Smith and myself are going to be discussing the top reasons for broadcasting live. Good afternoon, Ileane, or good day, really. How are you?
I'm great. It's so great to be here. This is one of my favorite topics. So I was so glad that we decided to have this presentation today.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it is what happened is we took a survey of people who are actually already doing live chat, and we're going to present their top 6 answers and discuss our own reasons for broadcasting live as well, because it's exciting, isn't it? It's fun, and you can actually get your point across.
That's right. Absolutely. And just to give folks a little bit of a background, I didn't realize that Steven had taken a survey. I'm not sure if I participated in that survey or not. But what happened was I have a video on YouTube, and it shows how to do live streaming on YouTube from your desktop. And one of my subscribers, Personal Fitness 3, he came over and he asked a question about the benefits of live streaming, actually the advantages of live streaming was the way he put it. So I put the question over in the Facebook group that Steven and I are both members of. And so Steven said, hey, why don't we do a chat about it? So here we are.
And here we are. And if we start sharing the screen, and what we're sharing is the top reasons for live broadcasting and why should I broadcast. And the first reason is building relationships. Video chat is networking its best. Without having to travel, you can make new connections, strengthen existing ones, and get to know people. I mean, that's the thing that's happened since the days of Blab, that we've built a big network, haven't we?
Absolutely. And, I would have probably never become acquainted with you, as well as most of the folks over in our Facebook groups and some of the other live stream platforms that we're connected on, if it were not for live streaming, because I actually have been blogging, YouTubing, podcasting since 2009. But live streaming opened up and gave me an opportunity to expand my reach and to meet a whole new group of people, and I really love it. It's like a fantastic community.
Yeah, we've made new friends in the Facebook groups, and hello to Barb and Leland, and to everybody in BTS and into live streaming in Livestream USA. And it's absolutely. I mean, the thing is that you can read people's Facebook posts, tweets, and blogs without getting to know them. But if you're on screen and you can speak to them and engage in real time, then it's a totally different thing, isn't it? You do get to know people.
Yes, absolutely. And it's that real-time engagement, I think, is a big piece. And then also that people feel that they're really a part of what's going on.
Right. Now, these reasons that we're looking at, reasons to broadcast, are taken from a live survey, that took place in Live Talk Nation. And we won't name names, but these are the top reasons that people use for broadcasting. That was number 1. And number 2 is collaboration, which is what we're doing today.
Ta-da! Absolutely. Because you're meeting people, and a lot of times when, as a blogger, okay, and as a podcaster, a lot of times you feel like you're in isolation. Like you're all alone and you're putting your message out there and hoping that somebody is listening. But, when you're on live stream, it's easy to say, hey, let's get together and do such and such. You agree? What do you think? Oh, you don't agree? Okay, let's talk about it, And so you've got people right there to engage with.
Yeah, and you get to know people and you can decide whether you can work together. And it's real-time collaboration, can be on video, it can be in any project. What you can do is build a team of people to help you, can't you?
Yeah, and I like what you said on this slide too, or I'm not sure who left this comment about the skills, knowing each other's skill sets. It's so easy to find out when you're on a live stream, well, do you have expertise in that area? Because I don't know anything about that. Hey, what about you? And, or people will just chime right in and say, oh, no, you don't have to do that. You can, and they'll just give you solutions.
Indeed, that's it. Instant solutions. It's not a question of going away and thinking about it. You're meeting people who know what they're talking about. Right. Okay. So collaboration, as Ileane and I are doing today, was reason number 2, and reason number 3 was customer relationship management. A video chat gives you the ability to talk to your customers directly. I think that's very true, isn't it? That you can use video chat and video broadcasts to reach your customers.
Absolutely. I saw a lot of folks doing this over on, especially like Periscope and Facebook Live. They're actually getting an opportunity to find out really what their customers or potential customers are saying, what the pain points are. Because a lot of times when you have, there's something that you buy or that you're a subscriber to, or depending upon whatever the product or service is, and you have a complaint, but maybe it's not a big enough deal. Maybe that is the thing that makes you say, well, let me go over to this other vendor because I don't really like the way this vendor does such and such. But you don't hear those complaints. They're like the silent complaints. But when you have these live streams, you get an opportunity, and your customers and your clients feel that opportunity that, yeah, I've had this question for ages. I'm so glad I can get on this live stream and ask my question. Or maybe somebody else asks the question and they hear it. They're like, yeah, that's right. I have that problem too.
And it's very, very true. I mean, the thing is, I can hear somebody in the background saying, my customers aren't on Facebook. But when we talk about live stream, we talk about live streaming to YouTube as well, aren't we?
Absolutely. Like I said, the video is the instructions to show how you can do it. You can do it from your desktop and you can do it from your phone. And, it doesn't have to be a big production deal, because people realize that when you're in live stream, you're in real time, and that you're not editing and all that. And so you can easily do it. And who's ever not on Facebook is on YouTube. And if they're not on Facebook or YouTube, that's probably just, you're not going to be able to, you better send them a snail mail.
I mean, the thing is, we all know what the number 1 search engine is. That's Google. What's the number 2?
Right. YouTube for the win.
Indeed. Yeah. So being on YouTube, and people will be able to find you. If they're looking for your brand or your product, and you're broadcasting live, then they type that into the YouTube search engine and they will find you. And if you're running live shows, they can become involved. I mean, the thing is, it doesn't matter the size of the company either, does it? I mean, we don't, obviously brands can do this, but also smaller businesses as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I like this other point on the slide about just really explaining your product, especially if you have something that's new, or that there's a feature of your product or service that people don't, they don't use it that much. Maybe they already are your customer and they don't realize that there's this one little thing that you do that they've never asked about or they've never used, because you're looking at your analytics and all that, and you see where people are on your website and so forth. And so that's an opportunity for you to highlight that, or especially if you've got something new, a new thing coming up.
Indeed. Right. Okay. And we're on to the 4th reason for broadcasting. And these reasons were given by people who do live broadcasting, including myself and Ileane. Brand exposure. I think this is rather a good one, because whenever you're live broadcasting, you're actually projecting your brand, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely. And, even though you may think, well, I need to have my lower third with my logo, and it's not always about that. It's about the connection that you're making with the audience, and then they are realizing that you're representing that brand.
Indeed, and you can broadcast from your brand page on Facebook.
Yes.
And share it out from there to your personal page and into groups. This broadcast that we're doing now is live on my page, but equally well, it could be live in the groups, on my business pages. So you can really gain brand exposure and promote. And that was the fourth reason that people gave. And the fifth reason is meeting people around the globe. Now, we are a case in point here because, Ileane, you are in
Philadelphia, PA.
and I'm in Devizes, Wiltshire in England, and we're joined by live broadcasting. I mean, we've met so many people, haven't we?
Isn't it something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just amazing how, I've met so many people that are just in other towns and other countries with other cultures, truly on the other side of the world. And that is really one of the real huge benefits of live streaming. You get that audience that you never were able to pretty much get your hands on before.
True. And the final reason in our survey is demonstrating expertise. Now, back in the day, we used to be in networking groups, and we used to have to write long screeds to explain things to people. It's a lot easier to demonstrate on video.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Because, a lot of times people won't want to go to, let's say, for example, you're a presenter, you're a public speaker. Well, a lot of times your customers are not going to be at your events or your public speaking events. But because of this easy access we have with these, smartphones and with these platforms like Facebook now embracing live streaming, it's more than likely that you're going to have a much easier way to connect with your potential customers and your peers to demonstrate your expertise. It's so simple now.
Yeah, I mean, the mantra of networking has always been become the go-to person. So if I want to know anything about YouTube, I would ask you, because I know that you would have the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So becoming a go-to person is key. Right, I'm going to stop sharing now because we've been through the major reasons, and then we're now both back on camera. But it's fascinating, isn't it? That yes, I know. I'm just going to check the Facebook page while we take a break from hopefully.
I see Kelvin. Hi, Kelvin. Hey, Kim and Peter. Hi. And Roland. I see that over on your Facebook profile. And I'm not sure where your page link is. So, hi, guys.
Oh, right. Okay. We'll just take a break for a moment. My page link. This is live broadcasting. I'm going to go into the chat here and paste the link. Right.
I see Leland is there as well too. And sorry, Trudy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to miss you guys. Hi.
No. Right. Okay. Now, if you are watching live, thank you. And we've covered many of the reasons. But if you'd like to come on air and join us, I'm just posting the link now. If you click the link that you can see that I've just posted, then you will be able to join us on air as we continue our discussions. I love this sort of interaction with Facebook, and we know that that's one of the platforms is going to integrate Facebook chat at some point, and then life will be a lot easier. We won't have to monitor it in two places. Yeah. Now, when you got the question on YouTube, which originally fired this session tonight, what was your reaction?
Oh, okay. Good question. And here, this is what I said. And like I said, this came from Personal Fitness 3. And the video was about, how to use the Hangouts on Air. And I know a lot of people think Hangouts on Air is gone. It's not. It moved over to YouTube Live. So here's the question. Your instructions made it so easy to follow along. Thank you for another insightful and helpful video. Question. What do you feel the advantages of live streaming are? And it was funny because I paused, like, uh, and I said to myself, how come I don't know that off the top of my head as much as I live stream? So I came back and said, appreciate the feedback and love your question. For me, the biggest benefit is the real time engagement with my audience. I get to hear their feedback, learn about their pain points and stumbling blocks. I also get to learn and see things from their perspective, which is something special that happens when you're engaging and exchanging ideas in real time. So I was quite proud of myself that I actually came up with that off the top of my head.
I read that answer, and that's what prompted me to suggest that we actually get together today and do this. If anybody does want to join us on air, then please click the link.
Like I said, after I wrote that answer and I said, okay, that's my answer. But then it was still like gnawing in the back of my head. I was like, wait a minute, I need to make sure I didn't miss out on anything. Let me go and ask the community, because that's the whole point. This is what Steven and I are trying to get across to you. The community. You can go to those folks. And I went to the community. I went over to the group, and the particular group that I went to is run by Barb Tomlin, but there's a lot of us over there that all know each other from hanging out on all these live streaming platforms. And I got a ton of responses, which made me feel good.
True.
And, and I do, if you don't mind, Steven, there's a couple of them. I can't go through them all, guys, but there was a couple of them that I did want to mention.
Yeah.
And for example, and this one was like a little bit of a surprise, and it may make you think for a minute. This one came from Omar Bilal. He said, live streaming is human media versus social media. We have entered a new world. And like I said, it made me think, because I was like, and even Barb said, I got to think about that. And it's true, because guess what? It's transparent. And you feel like, even though you can't literally touch me, but it's really, you're not getting that automated tweet that I'm probably sending out right now, right?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's totally personal and interaction. That's what makes it work. And if you want to go live on air, both Ileane and myself are more than willing to help. And I mean, it is take it. I mean, I did a 20-minute speech the other night and about live streaming and enticing people on air. Anyway, back to the list that you have.
Yeah. Okay. Alfredo said it's instant interaction. And also, when I talked to Friar Wade, he said the same thing, that it's the instant connectivity. Also, Brian Bulch, he said live streaming can help you become a greater presenter quicker. Live stream can help you come out of your turtle shell if you are in one. Excuse me. And I gotta cut that off here, because I want to say I saw so many people, especially when we were at that other site, the one that Sean Puri used to run, and they had been watching Periscopes diligently. Okay. But when they saw that platform where they could come and live stream and collaborate with, they finally became a presenter or someone who would come on cam, whereas before they were totally fearful of getting on cam.
I know, and I had that feeling as well, because I mean, the situation is that you think, well, I'm going to make a mistake, but and you've got to get over that. You've got to get over that hurdle. And the thing that the one we don't mention is that there were 4 people chatting at the same time. And the interaction drew people in, it attracted people. People were pressing the button, wanting to come on camera. And it still happens on other platforms as well. People actually want to join in the conversation and become involved. I think
that's right.
And we discovered as well that if you keep going for 20 minutes or so, then more people will get involved.
It's like warming up the audience.
That's it. We're the warm-up. I mean, that's the beauty of it. It would be good if somebody could join us as well. But I mean, it's fascinating, isn't it?
It is. It is.
You know,
All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish
Yep.
what Brian said because he
Okay.
said
Yep.
things. And I didn't look at it. And even though I know that, and I talk about it all the time about how it helps people come out of their shell and how it makes you a better presenter, a better public speaker. I talk about it all the time, but I didn't think to say that in that comment that I left. That's why I love the community. So let me continue. Live stream can build audience with people who probably never listened to recorded material. And I know that's the fact because like I said, I've been YouTubing and podcasting since 2009. But yet, when I got on with live streaming platforms, a lot of these folks were like, "Oh, you got YouTube videos? Oh my gosh, I never knew that. You have a podcast?" And it's like, where you guys been? So anyway, okay, I'm almost done. It helps the audience unleash what they really want from you quicker than a recording. Just my opinion. I have no Gallup poll to back this up. That was a really cute comment.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, I agree with the comments that have been made because we all have our own reasons for being on live. But the principal thing is to meet people, isn't it? And to get to know people and to get our side of the story out. And I mean, the beauty of the systems available to us is it's all free.
Oh yeah, right now. Well, it's not all free, but yeah, there is a lot of free ways that we can. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but in case anybody doesn't realize that eventually Facebook's going to start charging for our reach on these Facebook Lives. So, hey, get in there while you can before they start making us pay. But, you've got Periscope, which is probably going to be free. It depends if Twitter gets bought or not. We'll see. But YouTube, which is really, really my first true love, is free. And I cannot see Google changing that strategy or YouTube changing that strategy. You've got free storage, unlimited, volume of video recording over on YouTube. And even when you do a live stream on YouTube, I think it's up to 8 hours. Facebook is 4 hours. And, there's nothing to say that if, all right, I still want to keep going. I know it's been 4 hours. Just stop it and start another one. If you've got engaged audience that's been there with you for 4 hours, they'll come back over to your new live stream. Indeed.
I'd just like to say hello to Kim and Mayana, who joined us. We don't want to miss anybody.
Oh, we sure don't. We want to make sure we get all the shout outs in. Hey, and you guys make sure you get that link and come on over and jump in with us because I think I do want to have, let me see, there may be another, speaking of Mayana, here's what Mayana had to say. She said, it's the most powerful, transparent, and authentic way to communicate online. And see, Mayana and I have been on this YouTube journey together for a while now. And so and I love how when I've seen her come on and do live streams, and it's kind of like, you get just a little bit of engagement on YouTube, but then when you go live, it's like, bam.
It explodes. It explodes because you're being real, you're being true to yourself, you're actually demonstrating your expertise, as we saw in the reasons earlier, promoting your brand, a whole range of reasons to do it. And you can go from, we're going for just a shout out for Blue Jeans. We're going from Blue Jeans Primetime direct to Facebook Live. It allows up to 9 people on screen, and the audience can interact as well. We also go live, shout out, I know we're here, but to Smile Time as well. You can use Smile Time to go to Facebook as well. But as Ileane's not tried Blue Jeans before, we thought we'd come here today because we're waiting for the pricing. I mean, that's the thing we've talked about. I mean, and we said it's free, and you can go from Smile Time. You can use OBS. So many things you can do.
Yeah. I saw John Upton came in too. Hey, John. Yeah, and I got to be honest with Blue Jeans. Well, first, let me back up about Blue Jeans.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I did come on one time, but I wasn't a presenter. Actually, it was Terry and Francine. They do Biz Chicks. And
Okay, yeah.
even though I was at work, they were saying something, and we were all trying to figure out like all the different bells and whistles over here. And I was listening, like I said, at work, and I couldn't come on at work because I don't have a webcam or a mic at work. But I got my iPhone. So
Yep.
I couldn't resist. I mean, I was literally sitting at my desk at work. And so I just got on. I just came on with the app on iOS. And, first thing that I noticed was that there's a delay. And I didn't think I realized that initially. And I'm not talking about the Facebook delay because I had the app up on my browser and I had the app on my phone. And the browser even has a delay. So anyway, and so I did a couple things that they were curious about. Well, what happens if you do this and what happens if you do that? Because I have a Blue Jeans account, I was able to go into the moderator chat and chat with the moderators, but I was not able to see like their moderator chat because they were official moderators. So it's kind of like a pseudo chat, but I was able to chat with them that everybody else could not see. So that was just a little, little interesting quirks about the way the platforms work. And guys, I'm not trying to get all down into the weeds of the specific platforms because we really want to talk about what the live streaming can do for us. But as far as Blue Jeans is concerned, like I said, to be perfectly honest, I find it kind of off-putting that they haven't given us pricing yet. But, that doesn't mean not to explore it.
True. There's a 30-day free trial, and everyone can explore and try it out. They're even going live on Facebook. You can test the system out. And the difference here, I suppose the other system's been using, is that this is an enterprise system scaling down, whereas the other systems have been built the other way.
The other way around. Absolutely.
The other way around.
Well, I'm not sure about Smile Time. I think Smile Time was also built enterprise because I know that the Smile Time platform is used on the TMZ live show that they do earlier in the day. So I'm not, I can't really follow along with exactly how that went. And even with Fire Talk, I'm not sure how that went. But in other words, I know what you're saying, that most of the time they're trying to figure out, how do we scale this thing? How do we bring in more users? Huzzah is that way, and that's part of their challenge. And that's why I would say that the most stable ones that I would really think to are YouTube Live. That's always going to be number one on my list. And then Facebook. But like I said, I don't know. Facebook probably, maybe in the next year or two, is going to start making us pay to get reach. So take advantage of this organic reach.
Now's the idea. Yeah, it's the ideal time to be a pioneer and try this out and have a say in the direction that it takes. Because you can go from your phone and from your tablet direct to Facebook, can't you? Just one person. Yeah, but the magic is when you get 2 to 4 people together, and for that you need an external platform.
So you would use Huzzah. I use Huzzah. Yeah. One thing I did like about Huzzah was that they told us like right away, it's going to cost money, and here's a pricing, and they gave us a coupon. And they haven't gone up on the pricing yet. And for me, it's been reliable. And I have heard some other people having issues, and I understand. It all depends upon your setup, your Wi-Fi and all that stuff. So guys, always try to make sure you can have the best Wi-Fi you possibly can have.
Indeed. And we have a viewer who's very special to Blue Jeans, and that's Pashmeen. And Pashmeen, thank you for watching. We're really enjoying ourselves. We're enjoying the platform and our ability to go out to Facebook Live. And today we're actually preaching the virtues of why people should be on Facebook Live. So if we run through the list again, just quickly, and then we can think about where we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the magic share screen button, and I'm going to share my entire screen.
Okay, while
And
you're
for those
doing
of-
that, I'm just gonna say, hey to Patricia A. Murray. How you doing, girl? Work and focus.
Brilliant. Yeah, hello, Patricia. And it's good to have everybody watching us because we've all become friends over the months. We've been together, well, at least 15 months now as a networking team. And
Absolutely.
we virtually see each other every day, not necessarily on camera, but in the groups as well. Right, so just to recap, for those who've come in late or watching the replay, the major reason this survey was taken in Live Talk Nation a couple of months ago, and this is people who actually use video and video chat every day. And the first reason they gave was building relationships, and that's the top reason, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And it's one of the real, I think one of the people left a comment and said, it's just fun. And we're having a good time. We are being pioneers, and we are having a good time together because we know that we're all going through this together. When we do have the same pain points, when one of us has an issue, we're all like in there trying to help solve it.
Indeed. Shall we take these alternately? And you take the next one, and I'll take.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
There you go.
Okay, collaboration, connecting with people on video, and having a chance to find who can help with your project, and learning each other's skill sets.
And the third reason given was customer relationship management. Ileane has mentioned YouTube as well. I mean, we're on Facebook Live today, but equally well, your customers may be on YouTube if they don't like Facebook. And it's a great way to actually do customer relationship management, reach out to them, listen to them, explain your new products, brainstorm for their ideas, take their complaints and resolve them. It is a great way to do things.
Yeah, I think I forgot to say hi, Kelvin. Hey, Kelvin. Friends just chatting.
Hello, Kelvin. Okay. This one is your reason. Well,
Okay, brand exposure. You're going to reach a new audience on live streaming, especially now that Facebook is in the game. And even though I always say YouTube is my heart, and I got to admit, I have been trying and campaigning for all my friends to get on YouTube, get in front of the camera. They didn't listen to me for years. Facebook came out with Facebook Live, and bam, everybody and their mama, that would be me because my daughters are on Facebook. And so you're going to get more exposure for your brand no matter what. Because Facebook right now, Facebook is favoring video. And I mean, I'm not disregarding the other platforms too, like Periscope and all that. The point is that because of the cell phones and all that, video is so much more a part of everybody's life right now. And so you're going to get more exposure for your brand when you go live.
And reason 5, and is connecting Ileane and myself today, and everybody who's watching, is that you're actually meeting people you would never have met, and not just in text. You're actually chatting with people, talking to people, getting to know them. I mean, video's immediate. It's just the best way to network. If you can't go to breakfast meetings or lunch meetings or evening meetings to go networking, then the best way to do it and meet people around the globe is via video and Blue Jeans. That was the plug for Blue Jeans.
Being able to demonstrate your expertise. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, like I said, when you're on live, people can see, first of all, you're so transparent. So if somebody asks you a question and you're supposed to be an expert or a guru on something, let's just say you don't have the answer. Guess what? People can see right through that. But when you do have the answer, people can see right through that. And so they know that, you can talk off your head because you know that topic like the back of your hand. And live is a great way to show that off.
And we're back.
Yay.
So those are the top 6 reasons. We'd like to thank the members of Live Talk Nation who took part in the poll from where those answers came. We'd like to thank people in Barb's group who also answered Ileane's question so succinctly and helped us to get some answers out there today. And Ileane, it's been a blast.
Yeah,
it has been great. I mean, whenever we get together, it's always fun. And
it's always fun, yes. It is. And I wanted to also give a shout out to someone who's not in any of the groups, but has been an inspiration to me. And that's Brian Fanzo. We all know him. iSocial Fans, you can follow him everywhere. But I actually was kind of like getting myself a little psyched up for this presentation. So I went and over to his YouTube channel and looked at some of his presentations and things. And a couple things that he said that resonated with me, and it was perfection is a fairy tale. And once people realize, live streaming, you get to see that it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a big production, like I said earlier. And you also get a chance to tell your story. So you can hone those storytelling skills and all of that. And Brian has done an excellent job with doing that. And he's one of those that I actually look up to in live streaming. And I remember, as he started off and watching him on Periscopes and Meerkats, and yeah, rest in peace, Meerkat. And just being able, and like I said, guys, let's not get hung up on the platforms. Just remember, don't think about the features and all that, but think about what live streaming can do for you. And when you think that way, that'll help you with whatever it is that you're presenting. When you're thinking about, okay, what am I going to do in this presentation? Or what am I going to talk about when I go on this platform? Don't think so much about the platforms, but think about what it can do for you. And that'll give you a higher vision to help you with crafting your content.
Indeed. I would like to give a shout out to everybody who's been watching and liked the post. And I've not mentioned everybody. So to Dan and Anne and Patricia and John and Barb and Leland and Roland and Mayanna and Pashmeen, and to people who've joined us but not liked the chat, don't know why, Peter and Kim, thank you for joining us. Now, I've enjoyed this so much. We've got to come back later this month or early November, Ileane, with a different topic. This time, 6 o'clock on Saturday night or 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back, won't we?
Okay, absolutely.
Right,
I'm ready.
Right, now this is the time where you've been listening to us, and if you don't know who we are, Ileane, you can go first.
I'm Ileane Smith, and I'm with IleaneSmith.com, but you can pretty much just type in ILEANE in Google, and you'll find me.
That's true. You just need to type in Ileane's name, and page 1 belongs to Ileane. As myself, I'm Steven from Wiltshire in England. I am a video chat show host, producer, author, and trainer. And you can find me anywhere if you just type into Google Steven with a V and video chat. You'll find me on Google or even on YouTube, which is the second largest search engine in the world, as we learned today. So it's goodbye from myself.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks so much to everybody who came in, even if you're watching us in the live stream and the replay. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And we'll see you all later. And have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.